Hello, how are you? Today I brought a delicious recipe for your breakfast or your afternoon snack. I'm going to make something like a pita bread here. It's wonderful. Dairy-free, wheat-free, gluten-free, and packed with fiber. It's an affordable, practical recipe for everyday life. You'll love it for sure. So if you're looking to lose weight or live a healthier life, you're going to love it. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss this. If you love easy, quick, affordable, and healthy recipes, you're going to love this channel. So take a moment, remember to subscribe if you're new, and turn on the notification bell because here there's a new video every day, a new recipe every day. You're definitely going to love it. Let's start our recipe. And just a reminder, the ingredients, quantities, and nutritional information, as always, are down below in the description and also in the first pinned comment to help you find them easily. We're going to start by blending our dry ingredients in the blender first. This recipe is really easy. I'm adding the rolled oats here. Remember, oats are rich in protein. They're very high in fiber and beta-glucan, making them an excellent addition to our diet. Another great option here would be chickpea flour, very nutritious. And I'm going to blend the golden flaxseed here, whole seeds. I've even mentioned this in other videos. Ideally, we should always do this, grind the flaxseed right before consuming it, because that way we preserve its healthy fat, which is a precursor to omega-3, and it doesn't go rancid or oxidize. It gets that bitter taste people complain about, and we also don't lose the beneficial properties of this seed. So let's blend this until it turns into a flour. That's it for now, and I'll be right back. Hang on. That's it. It really turns into a flour. I'll show you how it looks. It always sticks a little to the blender. I'll put it in this bowl so you can see what it's like. If you want to substitute flaxseed for chia, you can do that too, but the flour will just be a little darker. But that's not a problem at all if you prefer, because flaxseed has a stronger flavor and chia has a more neutral taste, right? I even have a video here talking about the difference between the two, which one is healthier. I'll leave it down below in the description for you as well. Now, in this little bowl here, I'm going to add a bit of salt to season it already. Let me put it down here. My salt got stuck. Hold on. A little bit of salt here, and I'm going to add our flour here, but I'm going to measure it first. You always ask me, Patricia, how do you measure things over there? I always use these specific measuring spoons like this to make the process easier. So I'm going to put 1 spoonful here, then a second one. Here is the third, and finally, the 4th one. And then for the water, I'm going to add the same amount as I just did with the flour. So just take a look. I'll measure it out in the same way. Here is the first one, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to mix it here until it reaches the consistency we want. So let's give it a little stir. If you like these breakfast or afternoon snack recipes, meals that are sometimes harder for us to be creative, go ahead and leave a like, and I'll come back here and make more healthy recipes for you. I'm adding the water little by little here. I'm going to add the last bit now. I've been adding it in gradually. In the beginning, I always like to use that 1-to-1 ratio so it doesn't get lumpy, right? But then after that, we add it little by little. Look at how much is down here, as always, until it reaches this point here, which you'll see. This consistency is reached very easily because flaxseed hydrates well and gives us that thicker, more viscous texture we want for the dough. Look how beautiful the consistency is. Look, it even looks like there's some yeast or something, like a sponge here, but there isn't. So look, now that the batter is ready, everything is mixed in. No lumps, thanks to that soaking we did at the beginning. I'm going to grab the frying pan so we can make the bread and the filling. Hold on. Look, so here I put my frying pan, greased it with a little olive oil. You can see it, and I'm going to put some of our batter in here. And I'm going to spread it out to cover the bottom well. After this is ready, we're going to make a delicious filling right here for our little bread. This dough is like that. We have to spread it little by little because since it has flaxseed, it's more gelatinous. So I'm spreading it here carefully, and that's fine because my frying pan is already preheated. So it's already starting to take the shape we want. Since I was thinking of pita bread, it needs to be rounder, right? A kind of Syrian bread like that. But if you don't want to make it round, you don't have to. That's really up to you. Each person does it their own way. If there's a little hole like this, you just come and add a bit more batter. You saw that I left a bit of batter here because I want to make 2 discs of this, so I'm going to split it in 2 here. That's it. It's more or less round. Now we wait for it to brown on this side to cook, and then I'll make the other one and we'll come back with the filling, okay? Hold on. Look, I think it's good now. I even grabbed another spatula to help me out. which I don't even need because this dough here is really great. See, it's already slightly golden on this side, and now we're going to let it brown more on the other side. Then I'll make the other one and come back here with our filling suggestion. So I've already made both little breads here, put them on 2 plates, and now I'm going to make my suggestion for the filling to make this natural sandwich. I'm going to use ricotta here as the base for my spread, but if you want to stick with the vegan theme, because this bread is vegan, right? You can use avocado mayonnaise. You can use flaxseed mayonnaise. There are several vegan recipes here on the channel, and there's a playlist of spreads, pâtés, mayonnaises, and so on. I'll leave it down below in the description for you. But there's also a playlist of savory vegan recipes, so if you're vegan and want more ideas, I'll leave that down below for you as well. So this here is just plain ricotta, no salt, nothing added. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of olive oil, because ricotta is low in fat. I have a video here where I talk more about different types of cheese and their calories, because different cheeses really do bring very different calorie counts to our dish. And ricotta is one of the cheeses with the lowest calories, along with cottage cheese. It has a lot of protein, so it's very interesting and very filling. And I'm going to add a little bit of chives here to season it, to give it that freshness we like. This part is optional, right? If you don't like chives, if you want to add, I don't know, oregano, cilantro, basil, if you don't want to add any of that, if you just want to use ricotta, grated carrot, grated beetroot, that's good too. I also have a cream cheese recipe here on the channel, which I made with just 2 ingredients. It's wonderful. If you prefer a flavor more like cream cheese, I'll leave it down here for you as well. And now I'm going to put a little bit of our spread on both sides, trying to divide it up fairly. But then, look, we just spread it out here, giving it a nice even layer. When you make this delicious recipe, let me know. And then tell me what filling you're going to use, because I'm using my suggestion here with ricotta, and I want to know your ideas, what you would do. I'm putting ricotta on both sides because later, when I add the salad on top, it bothers me if the sandwich has nothing to hold it. The salad just sits there and starts falling off, making a mess. So I like to use the ricotta to keep it in place. Half on each side, like on both halves of the bread, so when we add the salad, it makes it easier, it helps everything stick together, and makes for a more well put together sandwich. So now that I've already spread the creamy mixture here, I'm going to add a bit of tomato, which I also think goes really well with a natural sandwich. I'll put our little tomatoes here. Really fresh, full of lycopene, low in carbs, low in calories, wonderful. I'll even add a little more here. I'm just going to add a tiny pinch of salt here because tomato without any salt is a bit bland to eat. And I'll sprinkle a little oregano here. This sandwich is going to be delicious. And then on top, I'll add lettuce. I grabbed a mix of purple lettuce with green lettuce. You can use whatever you like. You can use arugula, you can use spinach, watercress. Remember that I have a video here talking more about salad greens. I'll leave it linked below in the description for you. I really like sandwiches with lots of greens, really leafy like this. I think it makes a lot of sense, and I don't know. I just like the crunch. So I'm going to add plenty here, but you can add as much as you think goes well. Then we bring in the other half and finish one side with the other. Look, I'm going to cut a piece right in the middle so you can see better how this sandwich turns out and its texture. Make it at home. Everyone will definitely love it. Look how beautiful it is. I can't wait to try it. So tell me, what filling are you going to use? I would love to see your comment. Give the video a like, it really helps me out. And share it with those who will enjoy it, with who need different and healthy ideas. Let's work together to grow this chain of good. That's what I want here on the channel. And now I'm going to have a little taste, but I'm just going to pick it up with my hands. Wonderful. Make it at home. You're definitely going to love it. This spread is amazing and the bread is just perfect. Give it a try.